I can't even think about the last time a person asked me, you know, for a screwed and chopped version of a CD. So the fans have adjusted into something else. They look different now. You know, a lot of you know, commercial people are coming into the underground. The underground has shrunk a little bit, well, a lot. So there will only be 100 real copies, and there's going to be autograph of my signature. And after these CDs, I feel like I signed so many autographs. A lot of y'all that are watching this, man, I probably signed, man, thousands and thousands of CDs that I gave away on Chamillionaire.com or I sold. Some of y'all still ain't got them. You'll get them if you haven't. But I signed so many, and to me, the signature means something. I know a lot of y'all collect the signature, and you don't really know what it. We don't really even know what it's for. We don't really even know how much it's worth. Like, how much is the signature worth? I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? I never really asked for anybody's signature, and you know, I'm gonna sign this CD, and I'm not gonna. What up, man? Everybody's calling me right now. All right. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna sign this CD with my autograph on there, right? And if you want it, it's for you. And basically, from this point on, I will never ever sign another CD ever again with the lizard on there. Never. Because that takes a long time. I'm sitting there and I'm signing all these lizards, and I'll be at shows and I'm just there till the janitor is leaving because I'm still putting all this work into every signature. So we're going to dead that. So if you get one of those copies, you're going to have the last signature of that. I will never ever do it again. Never from that point on. Anybody that comes up to me, I'm just going to sign it different. It's going to be a different signature. It'll be no lizard. It's going to be the end of that dynasty. And, you know, you never really know how much these CDs are worth or how much an autograph is worth, or even my mixtape legacy, if that's going to be worth anything. It might be worth nothing. You know, it might be some people like, man, that's looking at this like, what the heck Chamillionaire talking about, man? You know, this is for the people that care. I'm going to actually, in every CD, when you open it up, and you open it up in the actual artwork, in the book, there's going to be an actual, there's going to be a $100 bill. A $100 bill in each CD attached to the artwork. It's not going to be something you can pull off. It's going to be actually in the artwork. So, you know, at the end of my run, however this whole major label career works out, we'll know that the last people with those will know at least that if your house burns down and whatever happens and you're getting out all your belongings, you get out of there with that Chamillionaire Mixtape Massage 7 CD because it's at least worth $100. You know what I mean? And that's how we're going to do it. I'm going to give it away to the fans. That's just to show my appreciation for all the support over the years. You know, I'm really done with that. This ain't no publicity stunt. I'm not doing this for hype. I could care if anybody goes out and says anything about this. I really mean it. I thought about it. It's just for the people that care. I'm going to overnight the CDs to you. You have them, and you'll be the only person with it. Everybody else should get the CD for free. And it includes everything that makes a mixtape Messiah good. Like, you know, I do the roll call again, you know, and on the roll call, I imitate Kid Cudi, I imitate DMX, I imitate Jadakiss, I imitate, you know, a whole bunch of people on that one. And then I got to, you know, I normally do the Internet Nerds Revenge. I got an Internet Thugs Attack this time. So, you know, it's going to be a dope CD mixed by Michael 5000 Watts. You'll get it on Chamillionaire.com. I'll give you that information. And, you know, back onto this Venom thing. I'm going to tell you in a second why I don't want to drop the Venom album and why it's not going to come out. It's not going to come out at all. I had this conversation with Eminem, right? And I'm not going to tell you too much about what he said because I don't want him to be mad at me or anything. Well, even if he does get mad, I don't really care. But I think we had this conversation. We was just talking about the industry, and we was going for like 4 hours, me and him talking about music and stuff, right? And he was just talking about how he wishes he could do music. You know, sometimes as an artist, you have a creative mind, and there's so much stuff that gets you excited about rap. And nowadays, there's so many things that can hinder that. Like, I wish I could just be in the studio just rapping all day, just doing raps. That would be wonderful. But it's so much other stuff and so much personal stuff that I've been dealing with in the past, you know, year that's been pretty bad, man. That, you know, it kind of just takes your love away from this rap, you know. So he was feeling the same way as me, and it kind of was crazy to hear him talking about rap the way he was talking about it, and also all the industry politics, everybody that's coming into the songs and telling you what to put out, and then you feel like you have to put out these catchy pop singles and stuff like that. And one thing that in the conversation that stuck out is I told Eminem, I was like, you know what makes you so dope to me is the fact that you create thoughts. Like when Eminem came out with Stan, nobody else had created that thought before. That was the first time anybody had made a song like that, in my opinion. I never heard nothing like that, and it was the first time I saw that. And, you know, he had the video Guilty Conscience where he was spinning around the guy rapping with Dr. Dre. First time I saw that too. And even 50 Cent, when 50 Cent came out with Wanksta, nobody knew what a wankster was until he made that up. You know what I mean? So that's what I feel like rap is missing a lot of that right now, where people just create a thought. Nowadays, it's kind of like a train of people copying, and I think I'm pretty good at that. I can do it if I want. I can, basically mimic people. I think I'm very good at mimicking a sound. Like if I wanted to put out a song right now that sounded just like a Young Berg song or a T-Pain song, I probably could do it real, real well. But sometimes I just choose not to. It's a lot of stuff in my career that I have chosen not to do for, just for me. You know what I'm saying? Other people might feel like, these things might make me more successful, but I just choose not to. It's just something in me that just won't let me do it. Like say, for example, MTV probably came at me about 7 or 8 times to do a reality show. And one time I was in there and MTV sitting in there and they were talking about a reality show and me doing it, and Martin Lawrence executive producing. There's just, a lot of people was looking at me like, why would Cam not do this? But I just didn't, because I didn't feel like it was right. I didn't feel like it was a good thing. And to this day, if I had to go back and do it again, I wouldn't do it again, because it just ain't me, and some things just ain't you. So, I'm not trying to ramble too much. I'm trying to get to the point. But, when we had this conversation about music and creativity, Eminem was saying that, that he wished that he could do that too. And I get excited about music like that too, but nowadays it's just not the time for that. Like perfect example. Right now, I didn't want to do interviews. No interviews to talk about Venom, because I felt like if I talked about Venom, I wouldn't have no answers. Because when you're working on an album and you're crafting an album and trying to put it together, you got to finish it first and get your thoughts together first before you can give an adequate answer. So I wasn't doing no interviews. Some people were getting mad. They're like, oh, Chamillionaire's being Hollywood because he's not doing no interviews. But it's just like, when I do the interview, I don't want to be up there saying like, nah, I don't got an answer for this, so I can't tell you. Like, I didn't want to do that. So I did one interview, and then in a couple of interviews they asked me like, who you been working with, since you can't tell us who's on the album. I'll say, Jay Holiday, Bobby Valentino, Good Charlotte, and I name all these people. You know what I mean? Not necessarily anybody that was on Venom, but just people that I work with. And now, like, it goes everywhere, and everybody's saying, well, this is what Venom is. So it's turned into something that I didn't really even want it to be. And some people are saying, Cam, it doesn't even matter. You haven't even put it out yet. You haven't really started heavy with the promotion yet. You can make it what you want to be, but it's just turning into something that I don't want it to be in my mind. I know what I think is really dope, and I refuse to just to change it to be more commercial. You know what I mean? I feel like I can't do that, because it would make it less dope, in my opinion. I'd be lying if I go out there and do all these interviews and be like, yeah, this is the dopest ever. And in my mind, I'm thinking that it's not dope. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to do that. I know the idea that I have for Venom and how I was going to put it together. Like, perfect example, there's a song that I did called Live Backwards, right? And to me, this is the dopest. This is dope right here. If you listen to this idea. I did a song, and it's called Live Backwards. And if anybody got my first album, Sound of Revenge, there's a song on there called Think I'm Crazy. Real crazy storytelling plot song. And I did a song like that. And as I'm telling the story, in my rap, there's parts of my rap that are backwards. And there's parts in the track that are actual backwards too. So the only way you can decipher the whole song and what it really means is if you listen to some parts of the backwards parts. And it's called Live Backwards because if you think about it, live backwards, the word live backwards is evil. You know what I'm saying? It's like real deep. Some people tell me I think too much, and I probably do, but to me, that's fresh. Like, I ain't never heard nobody do that before. Me sitting in the studio for hours trying to figure out how to craft this song and put it together is dope to me. When I finally pull it off and I'm listening to it in the studio and the lights are down and I'm bobbing my head, I'm like, man, this is super fresh right here. That's the feeling that gets me excited about rap. So when you start taking that away, I can't fake it. It's hard for me to fake it.